Excuse me. Good evening and welcome to my end of the week recap here for Apple and trade plan for next week. Excuse me. If you remember from my previous video, I was looking at potential break above this trend line here, but it was not going to be a priority trade for me because Apple has just been going sideways for so long. If I zoom out here to the daily time frame, you can see this level I had drawn on there is a very significant level. And I wasn't going to trade Apple unless there was a catalyst. Well, thankfully that catalyst came in the form of a Bank of America upgrade, which pushed us way above both of my moving averages that I use for my purposes, as well as outside of this chop range, and led to a very nice power trend day. Now, as immediately pre-market, as soon as I saw what was going on, the volume pre-market and where price action was, I was immediately telling everyone there's a potential for a power trend day and a very strong move. So off of the open, here's what I did. 22 March 177.5 calls here. Was really focused on this, was unable to actually alert this entry. However, later on in the morning, about 10 minutes into the day, added into these here at 231. Now I did reduce some because this bar turned into a bearish engulfing bar here momentarily. So I wanted to have exposure to the upside, but I wasn't going to hold the whole position. My stop immediately went down to break even at 209, which was the average after that initial add. So that did reduce some of my position, but that would have been a great opportunity for anyone who is looking to get into that play. Um, my target to sell some more of them was at 250 right here, took me out, and price action rolled over and actually took my stop at 248. I think I probably bottom ticked this low. That's just how it works when I have a stop loss in. So a little bit frustrating because these hit almost $11 per contract today and left a lot on the table. After that stopped me out, I was looking for immediately for a continuation higher, so I took these 29 March 190 calls here at 18. Held those overnight. Midway through the day, I actually looked like we were going to put in a lower high right here. I took 177.5 puts here at 109. Once that high broke, I got out at 99. Probably could have held them a little bit longer, maybe gotten out at break even, but once that level broke, there's no telling where it was going to stop. So it was just better to get out. Next day, price action went up to my target almost perfectly. I wanted to sell them at $1. These hit. Somebody got one contract filled at $1. Mine trailed me out here at 81. So could have done a little bit better on that exit. Now on to my plan for next week. I'm looking for a pullback to these moving averages. Um, Ideally, the 8-period moving average will probably be a little bit higher, and ideally I'll take 182.5 calls, about 2 weeks of time, depending on where this opens. Below it, the 21 EMA, I'll look for 175s to 177.5s, and below there is the 50 SMA, 170 calls to 4 weeks in the future. Now, ideally, if momentum is maintained here, it will only touch this blue line and continue up to the 200 SMA, which is my target in the first place of 190. Now, this candle on a daily time frame just tells me we're potentially putting in a range, so there could be one of three things that happen on Monday. We could gap up, gap down, or open flat. If we open lower, if we gap down, I believe the market participants are going to see that as a buying opportunity for anyone who missed this move, and is probably going to have support here at the 8 EMA. If we open flat, I'll most likely do nothing. Inside this range, there's nothing I want to do. If it opens up a little bit lower than where it closed and then starts to push up here, unless it's on significant volume or some catalyst, I'm not going to chase that either. The reason being, it's just probably going to do what happened right here. It pops out, comes back down in. I don't want to get trapped on the wrong side, so we'll see what happens. I'll just try and be patient. If price action gaps up to the 200 SMA, I'm going to view that as at least semi-bearish and price action is ready for a pullback, simply because that is a very significant level on every participant's chart. Every trader, every investor, every algo knows where the 200 SMA is, and if it opens up at there or just above and breaks below, that's going to be a trigger to sell. Simple as that. If it opens up and gaps above, which is $4 away from right now, if it opens up and gaps above, at least I would say, in my opinion, by 50 cents, I will take a trade like I did on Monday and look for a gap and go type of play and simply buy in, stop loss just below the 200 SMA, which the risk will be essentially anywhere from 60 to 75 cents for a continuation higher up to about 195, maybe $200 a share. Now I want to touch on the monthly time frame. Price action has set up in a very nice little price pattern right here. We had price expansion up, contraction, and now price expansion back up again. March isn't done yet, so the volume is a little low, but this, in my opinion, is a sign of healthy price action. You have strong move up, compression, which implies there's a battle, pull back here early in the month, and then just an explosion that says, hey, the bulls are here, we're winning, get the hell out of our way. Now, weekly time frame, very similar. Strong move up outside of a base, still putting in higher lows and higher highs, and an uptrending move right here. And price exploded up higher again. So price expansion, contraction, and consolidation, and price expansion outside of a range. Very indicative of a strong uptrend. No reason to be short for me at this moment, nor would I think anybody else should be seeing a short opportunity here for Apple. So we'll see what happens on Monday. For now, that's my trade plan and what I'm looking at for Monday. Next week, Monday's probably going to be the only day that I can actively trade, so I'm not going to be in too much of a hurry to get into anything. Ideally, I'd like to see price action come up here to the 200 SMA and chop, maybe pull back in for a day or two, and really get some volume on a push higher. Consolidation just below a significant moving average, in my opinion, is a very strong setup, simply because that allows the bears to get in the position, put their stops above where I want to see a breakout, and once it starts to move, those bears become buyers. So that's just some speculation for what's going to happen next week. We'll see if it does play out. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Come join me at the Trade Crew chat room. It is a free chat, and follow along with some of these trades and analysis. Have a good weekend and good luck.